Well, hey everybody, welcome to Friday. Somebody in the chat said, let's see, was it Johnny Singh says, I've gathered you here for an important announcement. It's Friday, and that's true. It's Friday. That means it's time for a live stream, but it also means it's the end of your work week. I hope. Everybody's got a different work week, I guess, but yeah, it's great. Weekend is here. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And today we are going to talk about a little bit of streaming news. So I hope you're excited. And before I really get going on that stuff, I'll just remind everybody who's here on time or early to go to the description, check out the giveaways page. That's a page that we update on a nearly weekly basis with some new giveaway. We test a lot of equipment. We review a lot of equipment. A lot of times we have extra stuff to give away. This week is actually a little bit different. This week we're giving away an Echo Dot, but it's not one that I tested. So it's not a used unit. It's a brand new Echo Dot. But we are offering that giveaway for you for the next week. So if you head down to that page in the description, when you get over there, make sure you bookmark that page so that you can come back to it because we're constantly updating it. Let's see, what have we given away in the past? An Echo Show 5. We've done some Roku devices. I think we did a new Chromecast. That was pretty great. Anyway, so yeah, there's always something going on that page, and we're here every Friday with these live streams. Today it's going to be kind of more relaxed. We're going to be talking about some streaming news and chatting in the comments in the chat. But sometimes we do something a little bigger, brackets and challenges and quizzes and all sorts of fun stuff. So bookmark that page, and also make sure that you're not just following this page or not just following our YouTube channel, but hit that little bell icon if you want to be notified when I go live on Fridays. So anyway, that was a lot of housekeeping. Thank you so much for hanging with me. So welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. We need to talk about Roku because that was the big news that broke this morning. Was that for the last week or so, Roku and Google have been going after each other in the news. So the short of it, well, I'll see if I can do the short of it. The short of it is that Roku and Google, they have an agreement for each app that's available on a Roku device. So in this instance, it's the Roku TV app. And the agreement on that was set to expire. And so they were renegotiating the terms of that. And it, depending on who you listen to, unreasonable demands were being made. And so they didn't come to an agreement in time. And Roku has pulled the YouTube TV app from its app store. Now, the first thing that you need to know after that is that if you use YouTube TV already on your Roku, it's not going anywhere. So if you've already downloaded the app, you'll still be able to use it. So you're fine there. They pulled it from the app store, which means that nobody will be able to download it for a while. I say for a while, not permanently, because there's just no way that this is going to be permanent. But anyway, that's the short of it. So Roku has accused Google of trying to, get Roku users' data and to manipulate search results and basically to push Google content and Google apps like YouTube and YouTube TV to the forefront. This would be a problem if that's true. It would be a problem because Roku has always been about platform neutrality, right? So the whole idea is, hey, we don't favor Apple or Google or Amazon content or apps, whatever, so the idea is they flatten that all out so that when you search something, it will, show you results without favoring one service or device. Anyway, so that is Roku's story, that Google is pushing too hard. Google, on the other hand, is accusing Roku of bullying Google, which is pretty funny. One of the largest companies in the world getting bullied by Roku. But hey, Roku does have a 38% market share with its devices. It's a massive market share. And so anyway, so both companies are accusing the other of trying to strong arm. And yeah, I can't tell you who's right, who's wrong, who's lying, who's, whatever. But really, what it comes down to, and let me pull up the page here. What it comes down to is that, yes, Roku has removed YouTube TV from its channel store, but and I agree with people who are writing these stories. If you go read these stories, and there's dozens of them out there, basically what people are saying is, look, Roku and YouTube TV, or Roku and Google, they need each other, right? Roku has the market share. YouTube and YouTube TV are two very popular apps, and so they can't fight like this for too long. They're gonna have to make up, and I assume that will be the case. So I'm curious to hear what you all think. So hit the chat, and I'm gonna pop over here and look. I know it looks like I'm looking at the opposite. I'm looking at the chat, but my head goes the other way. Maybe I should flip my screen. Anyway, okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't think there's any VPNs on Roku. I'm not sure if that's true, actually. I haven't tried to use a VPN on my Roku lately. So let's see. Well done, Roku. Bought myself 3 Chromecasts this morning. It's one of those things. David, I sympathize with that. I'm a Roku guy. I've used them kind of since the beginning. I think I got my first Roku in 2015 or so. Is that right? Yeah, gosh, 2015. So anyway, I've been using Roku for a long time. And I don't anticipate, like I said, I don't anticipate that this issue will go on for a long, long time. But I will say this: if you're not going to use a Roku, or if I weren't using a Roku, I would be using a Chromecast. So the new Chromecast with Google TV is absolutely amazing. I've been banging my spoon on my high chair for a long time, trying to get people to pay attention to the new Chromecast. I think it's fantastic. Not that there aren't, things they could do to improve it. There are a couple of big things. But anyway, so yeah, this is good. If you're just done with Roku, done with the drama, then I can't say I blame you. And Chromecast is a good way to go on that. So good call. And yeah, it looks like you're not alone. Scott said Roku does this type of tactic. I gotta say, I'm not too bothered by it. I haven't heard anything, like really troubling. It's more just, Google is a massive company, but Roku does have a little bit more weight to throw around in this area of streaming devices. And whatever, I don't mind them throwing their weight around. If it turns out to impact the experience on Roku long term, then that becomes a problem. But in the short term, if Roku is to be believed, then this is about maintaining that platform neutrality for their users. And I'm all right with that. For now, like I said, for now. In the long term, if this ends up being a problem, then I'll call them out for it, for sure. But yeah, this is not the first time Roku has done something like this. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember Peacock and HBO Max when they released. I think it took Peacock 2 or 3 months to get on Roku, and it took HBO Max 6 months about to get on Roku. And that was basically because Roku was looking for content, basically like donate some content, and they didn't want to, and somebody finally caved. Anyway, so yeah, it does happen pretty often. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Nate. Let's see. I'm actually in this exact same box. So first of all, thank you, Nate. I'm gonna go. I'm going with Nate on this one. I'm in the same box where I'm not much of a live TV service kind of guy. So I used live TV. Let's see. I cut the cable cord in 2016. And then, and I'd sign up for Hulu Live or YouTube TV. At the time, I think it was Sling was kind of my best option. And I'd sign up every once in a while, maybe if I needed to watch college football. The only way I could watch it streaming was to get one of these live TV services. But after a while, I found other ways to get around that. And I haven't signed up for any of these live TV services for myself for a long time. I still have logins that I use through Reviews.org. So I'll still pop in and use them just so I can keep up with it. But yeah, I'm with you. So I'm not that bothered by it personally, but I know that it is a big deal to the 3 million people who are signed up for YouTube TV, or some significant portion of which use it through Roku. So again, if you already have YouTube TV on your Roku device, this won't affect your experience for now. It's just being pulled from the channel store. So anyway, okay. I'm going to go back and see if I missed anything. Do YouTube search results even show up on Roku search? They do. That's a great question. I know that if you're in the YouTube app, then using voice search will just search within YouTube. But that's actually a fantastic question. So let's see. What's something that we know? A show that we know is on YouTube, a show or a movie. Somebody name a show or a movie that we know is on YouTube that you can rent or buy there, and we'll do a search. We're going to test this out. I'll go search for one myself, but you tell me if you think of something that is available. Let's see, Twins? Is that the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Be located. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm not going to turn toward the screen just yet, but give me a second. Twins. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. All right. So I can't set this up as nicely as I once did, but we'll do what we can here. Here, I know what I can do. Hang on just a sec, guys. Oh, yeah, this is a premium quality streaming content right here. This is why you subscribe to the channel, I'm sure. Okay, so we've got Twins. Let's pop in here and see where it shows up. AMC Plus, Vudu, Fandango, Redbox, Google Play, which is going away at some point. Oh, you know what? That's what they're going to do. So Google Play is still on here as an option. I don't see YouTube, but Google Play for movies and TV is going away on Roku in favor of YouTube. Because these things are available to watch on YouTube, they're going to start pushing people toward that app. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the future this gets replaced with a YouTube option. So as of right now, it looks like the answer to that question is no. That's a great question, though. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? I like this one, Lewis. I like watching YouTube. Well, you know what? I like that you like watching YouTube. Glad to have you here. And over on, let's see. Over on Facebook, Lee says it'll damage Roku sales and be great for the giant that is Amazon. Interesting. Maybe. I haven't heard any rumblings that the Fire TV platform is gaining any more traction. It's obviously already huge, so I'm not saying it's small or anything, but I haven't heard that they have made any gains. I would be more inclined to guess that the Chromecast will gain more of a market share if people are fleeing from Roku. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. All right. Let's see. Roku isn't that big here in the UK. That's true. I own one because it runs the Plex app very well. Yeah, it's Plex is one of those things. We should probably do a deep dive of Plex here on the channel at some point, because it's one of those things where if somebody doesn't know what it is, like, it's no great loss to their life, right? But once somebody gets into Plex, people swear by it, and so yeah, it's a big name. We should probably get in there. So. All right, let's talk about another news item, which is, and I'm going to get through this so that I know that we've gotten through our two major news items. We take a look at all this, and then we'll go and just do a free-for-all Q&A later after the end of this. But the next news item that I want to talk about is, let's see, right here. Netflix launches Play Something Shuffle feature worldwide. So I'm going to tell you what this is, why it's cool, and why it's not nearly cool enough. The feature that that I'm ready to launch a campaign, like kind of like the Write Your Congressman campaigns that people do. We're all going to start writing letters to the executives at HBO Max and Netflix and all that, because there's a feature that I desperately want and that I think would be way better than this. Okay, so Netflix has been beta testing the Play Something Shuffle feature. Some of you may have seen it. I've had it for a little while on my Netflix app. I didn't ask for it, but I was, I guess, part of that slow beta rollout. And anyway, so I've had a chance to play around with a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Let me see if I can actually zoom in on this a little bit. So Netflix launches Play Something Shuffle feature. Not sure what to watch, play something. Now, this is not a true randomizer. It's not just picking something at random from the Netflix library. It is still using the algorithm that knows you and your habits and what you like to watch. So when you click on this button, yeah, it is it's random as far as you're concerned. You're not picking something, but it is going to try to find something that Netflix thinks you'll enjoy. So that, I'm curious, has anybody else here seen it? Let's see. David W says, tried it, got bored. Yeah, well, fair enough. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, nobody else. But yeah, I'm curious if anybody has tried this button yet. Let's go ahead and try it now. I'm going to give you guys, oh man, this could be dangerous. I'm going to give you a little possible insight into my what my Netflix does. So we're gonna okay, let's pop over to Netflix. I have no idea what's on my recently watched or whatever. Okay, so that's me, Craig. And then right under this, before I even go into Netflix, I can go down here to play something. Let's click it and see what happens. So now you'll notice right up here, it does say play something else if you're not satisfied with what it is. This is a robbery, the world's biggest art heist. All right. So it's probably playing this for me because I've watched a few documentaries. Let's see, Murder Among the Mormons was one that I watched recently. And so I think this is kind of related content. And yeah, I got to say, I'm not disappointed. I've been thinking about watching this for a while. And but I don't think I ever added it to my list or anything. But it fits pretty well with my aesthetic, so it makes sense. Let's see what happens if oh, nope. Can I play something else? Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, next episode. All right. Let's go back. There we go. Play something else. All right, let's see what else it comes up with. So I can go through here. The Last Blockbuster. Yeah, that's another good one. All right, let's see what else they got. Another one I was thinking about watching. Okay, we'll do just one more. What is this? Seaspiracy. This is a documentary film like the college admissions scandal. Okay, great. Okay, so they're telling me down here why they've picked this for me. And just serving up something random. Anyway, so there you go. That is what that feature looks like. I'm curious if anybody else has bothered to use it yet. So hit up those the chat comments and let me know. Let's see. I have it but never used it. So yeah, I'd be curious. Give it a shot, and then come back and hit the comments on this video or another video, and let me know what you think. Let's see. Michael Stoklasa. There's another Mike Stoklasa out there. I love that YouTube channel. I use the Play Something Shuffle. It's pretty cool. I may actually use Netflix more since I haven't lately. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Let's see, what else? Murder Among the Mormons, a big hit in Utah. I don't know, honestly. I haven't heard a ton of people talk about it, but I mean, it was, so for those who don't know, I broadcast out of a suburb of Salt Lake City. And so I'm been around here since 1996 with some breaks. But yeah, I don't know. But I enjoyed the documentary. It's about a guy who was forging documents and selling them to the Mormon church. And then he ended up killing two people and going to jail for a long time. Basically, he killed them to try to cover it all up. It's a crazy story. But I think, honestly, around here in Utah, people are like, if they're old enough to care, they're old enough to have lived through it. And it's not a nice story. And so I'm guessing that a lot of people that might be interested in it wouldn't want to relive it. So anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Okay. Coincidence that all three recommendations are produced by Netflix or just random? No, not coincidence. Of course, it's not a coincidence. Netflix, the writing has been on the wall for like 4 years now, and that's why Netflix started, spending tens of billions of dollars, just unreal amounts of money on producing their own content. Right? When I say the writing was on the wall, it was that all of these movies and shows that Netflix was licensing from Universal, from Warner Brothers, from whoever, all of these things are being taken back by these companies, right? So Warner Media wants to get all their content back so that they can put it on HBO Max and make a bunch of money there. Same thing with Universal; they want to use Peacock or whatever. And so they have had to produce all this original content. And that's why you have in the US, I want to say 2,000 out of 5,000 titles on Netflix in the US are Netflix originals. And that proportion is going to grow quite a bit. And what you're saying here, it's not just random, is it random that these are produced by Netflix? No, they want you to get used to the fact that Netflix has original content that is well produced. I mean, this is their PR pitch, right? Original content that's well produced and it's tailored to you individually, and yada yada yada. So no, it's not an accident. Let's see. Skylar asks, how do I use IMDb TV? Let's hang on to that one for just a second. Actually, it's a good question. Let's see. Please search delocated on Roku. All right, I'll search it, but I'm not going to turn my screen on. So just a second. Delocated. All right, so why am I searching this? Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Delocated. Okay. It is, so it's showing here they've got it on HBO Max, Apple TV, and Prime Video, included with subscription on HBO Max. So there you go. I don't know. If that's the info you were looking for, I'm glad I could be of service. Okay. What I want to join. How do I join? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you join? What are you looking to join? Okay. And didn't realize the proportion was that high. I assume you're talking about the Netflix originals. Yeah, 2,000 out of 5,000. It's getting huge. Netflix, I want to say, committed to spending, I think it's $19 billion in 2021 on original content. Now, not all of that goes to creating original content. The 19 billion figure does include some money set aside to license content. So they are going to keep doing that to some extent. I'm sure, some of the bigger titles, maybe some new releases, if they can grab some new releases, then they're going to do that. But a significant, from what I understand, the bulk of that is going toward producing original content, but don't quote me on that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So looking to join me on StreamYard. Well, I mean, you can join me in the chat, but I'm not taking any guests here on StreamYard at the moment. All right. So, let's see. Shoaib Hassan says, hasn't Shuffle been around for quite some time now? I've seen it on my Netflix for months. This has been in beta for a long time. This is it's been in beta, and they have announced an international rollout. It's still going to be a pretty slow rollout, so you may not see it on your Netflix right away, but you can keep an eye out for it. But that was just announced, I want to say today or yesterday, that they are starting their international rollout of the Play Something feature. Now, I told you before. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you, new subscriber, great content. I appreciate that. I told you there was a feature that I wish these streaming services had. Not only do I wish they had it, they need it. It is it's ridiculous that they don't have it, frankly. So let me see if I can do something here. I want to see if I can log into HBO Max, and we can just, we can do this the easy way instead of me going through, tilting my camera up. Okay, cool. Here we go. Getting logged into HBO Max. Okay, and I want to go to, all right. So let's share this screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh no, this isn't the screen I want. Dang it. Okay, hang on. Hey, hang with me just a second. Okay, now we're talking. So we've got here Friends on HBO Max. Now, pick a show, any show. I grew up watching Friends. I love Friends. It's, I go back and rewatch it constantly. But the thing is, let me just cut to the chase. Here's what I want. I want a shuffle button for individual shows. So if you love Friends, you love The Big Bang Theory, you love The Office, you love, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives over on, is it Discovery Plus? Whatever the show is, especially when you have a show like Friends that has a 10 season run, it's got hundreds of episodes, and you're just kind of looking to have something on in the background to chuckle to, whatever. I want a shuffle button somewhere on here that will just randomly pick episodes from this show. I think that would be amazing. And it just seems like a no-brainer. I can't think of any reason why, like legally or technically why this couldn't be done. It would be a pretty simple thing to build into these platforms. And then on top of that, here's the next. This one would be more difficult, but doable, and I think really cool. Is we're all familiar with Spotify. On Spotify, you could go in, you could pick one of these episodes and add it to a playlist. I want streaming TV and movie playlists, especially when it comes to these 22-minute comedies. It would be fantastic if I could build a playlist with a few episodes of Friends and something from Frasier or whatever. It would have to be on the same streaming services, but and then eventually maybe you could build that playlist of individual episodes on a neutral platform like Roku or, like Chromecast or something. Anyway, that's what I want. Sound off in the comments. How bad do you guys want this? Are you ready to write letters to your congressman to make this happen? It should be a law. Let's see. Prime Video has this functionality. Does it? I haven't seen that. I use Prime Video fairly frequently, but all right, let's kick into Prime Video. Let's find out if I can make this happen. So what show should I search on Prime Video? I'm not sure. Let's go into Prime. I'll turn my camera in just a second. You guys hang in there. I just want to make sure I get the screen set up first and pick a show. Let's pick a show. Let's say, oh gosh. Okay, TV shows on Prime Video. All right. One of my all-time favorite TV shows is Fringe. So let's Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can get this to work with Fringe. No, that's not very good. There we go. Okay, so I don't see, at least on Roku, I don't see a way to do this. Let's see, watch episode 6, watch lists, season 4. Okay. I don't know. Am I missing something? Languages and more. Maybe it's under more. Nope. Okay. Well, anyway, I will say this for Prime Video. They do one thing that I absolutely love. I hope I don't get in trouble if I pop into an episode and do this real quick. So it doesn't matter what the show or the movie is. Oh, they want to show me an ad because it's IMDb TV. I forgot about that. IMDb TV is ad supported, so we have to kind of wait through that. But if you guys aren't familiar with, what do they call it? X-ray, I think, then you should be. So, okay. So we're in a program right now. It's going. Let's see, let's skip the recap. Okay. So it's paused. I can pause any scene. Oh, come on. Oh, you know what? It might not be available on IMDb TV. Shoot, I'll have to pull it up on an actual, Prime Video thing. But the X-ray, where it shows you who the actors are in a certain scene, it'll tell you what song is playing. I think it's fantastic, and I wish other things would do that. Oh, Monk, that would be a good one. Somebody suggested Monk. Okay. Anyway, all right. So we've been going for a half hour now. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of a couple of things that were happening on your streaming devices if you use a Roku, and on Netflix, whatever you use it on. So we've got that done. I'll stick around here for another 5-10 minutes and take a few questions. But before we end, in a few minutes, I want to remind everybody, hit the description, go check out the giveaway for this week. It's an Echo Dot. It's really easy to enter. You just click the link, you head over to Reviews.org, and you can do a few things. Subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Hey, you can follow me on Twitter too. Where is it? Yeah, right there. If you are a Twitterer, you can follow me. I'm not super active, but I do like interacting with people. It's a way to reach out to me, and I do post on there every so often. So would love to see you on there. Anyway, so go check out the giveaway. And while you're over there, obviously, obligatory plug that I'm happy to make for the Reviews.org site itself. So you're going over there for the giveaway, but I hope you take a chance to poke around the site a little bit and check out what we have on there as far as reviews for all sorts of consumer products. So it's I do a lot of streaming and TV stuff, but we have people that handle cell phones and cell phone services, home security and smart home. We've got what's the other internet services, all sorts of stuff. All these services that it's hard to find reviews for sometimes. Products are you can find product reviews all over the place, but how often do you have somebody really giving you the lowdown on what it would mean to sign up for Xfinity internet service or whatever? So that's what Reviews.org specializes in. I hope you take a chance to poke around there a little bit and check it out. Just to recap a little bit, is Roku losing YouTube or just YouTube TV? Right now, it's just YouTube TV, and it's only from the channel store. So if you already have the YouTube TV app on your Roku, that's not going away. You just can't, new users can't go in and download that. But that's a good question. So YouTube is not going anywhere. They have that agreement in place through the end of this year. So there's nothing going on with the YouTube app. We're just talking about the YouTube TV app. How do I get OWN on my Fire Stick TV? My Fire Stick is not plugged in, so I can't pull it up right now and show you. But you should just be able to open up your Fire Stick, and then hold down the voice search button and say OWN channel. And I bet that would pull it up. You might have to spell it out, OWN or whatever. And if that doesn't work, just click through and search it. I think it's available on there, but to be honest, I don't really watch that network, and so I haven't had a reason to test it out. few months ago, I read a troubling report on Plex. Plex media server makes your computer vulnerable to viruses. Is this true? Well, I don't know about this specific report. I didn't see anything like this a few months ago. If at least I don't recall seeing it. The thing about it is everything makes your computer vulnerable to viruses. So make sure you've got good virus protection, not just for your computer, but for your network. There are services, there are products out there. I'm not here to hawk anything, and so I'm not going to name anything specific. But there are services out there that will let you protect your entire home network. And so as we plug more things into our Internet of Things, so you get your smart refrigerator and your smart light bulbs and your smart whatever else, your smart thermostat, all of these things, even the smart light bulbs, these are potential entry points to your network. And so, it could be the Plex server, or it could be that sweet new smart door lock that you got. These are all potential entry points. And so go find an antivirus, anti-intrusion software that's going to cover your entire network, not just a device. That's my advice for you on that. Okay. Will I do an HBO Max 101 video? That's an interesting idea. What would you like to see on an HBO Max 101 video? Just kind of going through the interface. What is it that you would like to see? I'd be curious, but that's a good idea. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So I appreciate this, Scott. Thanks for typing this out. About a month or two ago, YouTube TV started working agonizingly bad on Roku, slow loading, etc. I wonder if this is part of it. For now, I watch it on my Amazon devices. It is possible. There are always little shenanigans that the companies get up to, and I don't know. But you see this every so often where it's like, we really want to push people toward, in this direction or away from that. And so they end up fiddling with the apps, whatever, or deprioritizing it on their user interface. So yeah, that's possible. Their operating system is what I meant to say. Anyway, but that's interesting. It could just be something going on with your device specifically, but if that's the only app you noticed it on, yeah, could be shenanigans. Shenanigans. All right. Could YouTube TV sneak itself onto the YouTube app to fool Roku? I mean, hey, it's the same logo. Nobody will notice, right? Thank you, Hector. I like the playlist idea. I wish I could do that with certain movie scenes, since I love hearing them on sound system. Yeah, that'd be cool. Or it'd be cool to imagine this, if you on the Disney Plus app where they've got almost the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you could build your own playlist based on what order you wanted to watch them in, that'd be cool. Star Wars movies, there's all the Star Wars movies on there. You could, and everybody's arguing about what order it's best to watch them in. There could be some fun things to do with a playlist feature. We have the My List, but it's not quite what I'm talking about. It's a little different. So yeah, I like that. Oh gosh, I missed a few. Where was it? Which streaming services has MeTV and Grit? I don't know actually. But hey, let's see how to stream this. You guys think I have some secret sauce? My secret sauce is I search it. Let's see. Grit TV. Let's see if I can spot it real quick. Is this the Western streaming service? Okay, well, yeah, I don't see it on here, but it's a great question. I'd have to do a little more searching. You'd have to give me 45 seconds instead of 10. But yeah, just go ahead and search it. How do I watch Grit? Or whatever. Okay, and in this case, somebody else has done my work for me. Owen is on YouTube TV. Well, what a coincidence. Did you hear about the Locast case? I did see that they were in the news. I read something about them this morning. It's escaping my memory right now, but yeah, you'll have to let me know about it. Yeah, like this from Scott. Turning your computer on makes it vulnerable to viruses. Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of my point. Let's see. Okay. Oh, broadcasters are suing Locast. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, honestly. Okay, so, all right, this is a good specific question. What's the deal with the Google YouTube TV wanting to go to a new codec, AV1, that would require Roku to use different chips? Would that make all current Roku's doorstops? What impact on other devices? Yeah, it's a great question. So basically, when we talk about a codec, in this case AV1, this is the software behind how your videos play, and so Google is, and I can't remember if Google said this or if Roku claimed that Google said this. It's all very messy, and I want to let you guys know about it, but I am not in the middle of it. So anyway, basically what it is there's a different piece of hardware, a different chipset with a different codec that that Google would like to make more omnipresent. And the idea behind this is they claim, hey, we've got all this, 4K content on YouTube and, stuff on YouTube TV, and it'll just look and sound much better if you use this chipset. And Roku is like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that because they make their whole thing is to make affordable devices. So, if they want something to be available not just on the Roku Ultra on the high end, but also on the Roku Express. The Roku Express is they build them cheap, right? They're kind of slow. What am I trying to say? The streaming quality, the video quality maybe isn't as good as you would get on some other devices, but you can still, with the Roku Express, you can still get all the same apps and roughly the same experience as you would get on Roku Ultra. It looks the same, smells the same, runs the same, just slower. And so they want to be able to do that and create a cheaper streaming experience so that somebody doesn't have to pay $50 for a Chromecast. They can pay $20 for a Roku Express and be able to stream their stuff. Anyway, and so they're saying, no, we're not going to put this new chipset in our stuff because it's too expensive and we'd have to raise the price, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep providing affordable streaming devices. So anyway, I don't know what will happen with this, but I would assume that eventually, I don't know if it'll be AV1, but eventually the streaming quality on even the cheaper Roku devices will come up, but it'll have a lag time because they're keeping it cheap. It'll be like, okay, we've had this technology or we've had this chipset for 2 years on the market, and the price has finally come down enough where we can put it in our devices. But Roku's thing has never been the latest and greatest and absolute best hardware out there. Their thing has been it's easy to use and it's affordable, and that's what they want to keep it that way. So what impact on other devices? I mean, it's a great question. There's no way we could answer it just because this is the kind of thing that whether they say yes or no, there are ripple effects that are impossible to predict with any accuracy. And besides, I got to keep my title here. My Craig is always right title, so I don't want to guess. Okay. By the way, did you guys know you can buy those mugs? So when you watch one of our videos, I don't know if it's under this video right now, but when you're on YouTube, you can go to our merch store and buy those mugs. They're like 10 or 15 bucks. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Yeah, David says, with the HBO Max 101 video, wait till the ad-supported version rolls out. Yeah, no, it's a good call. The rumor is that the ad-supported version of HBO Max is still going to cost $10 a month. So that will still put it in the mid to upper tier, as far as price for these streaming services, because there's all these ones coming out, Discovery, Plus and Disney Plus and what's the other one I was thinking of? Not Paramount, whatever. And they're all like $5 a month, $6 a month, $7 a month. And so, yeah, it'd be pretty interesting if they came out with an ad-supported version and it was still $10 a month, still more than Disney Plus. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it's worth it. Like HBO content, the HBO Max stuff, it's you get what you pay for, right? All right. So, hopefully I just answered this one for you, Josh. Yeah, Roku already fought with everyone. Yeah, this is not a new thing. Okay. I'll go for one more minute. I'm just gonna grab a couple more questions here. Is Discovery Plus the best cable cut? So is this the best one out there? It depends on what you watch cable for, but around my house, when we still had cable, it was basically news, sports, and that Discovery content. So HGTV, Food Network, stuff that you kind of, I don't, you have it on in the background, right? This is daytime TV noise. Not to say that it's not quality. I'm just saying that's kind of where it sits. So it depends on why you watch TV, but sports, I've got the MLB app, you can get the NBA app, you can whatever. That is disappearing as a need for live TV. News, I'm sorry, I'm just off the news bandwagon, at least as far as, cable news, whatever, just I don't do it anymore. And so the last thing for my household was that HGTV, Discovery, Food Network, all that stuff. And so when I saw Discovery Plus was coming out, I thought, oh, that's interesting. Obviously I need to do a review for the channel. So I got it. I downloaded it, paid the $5 to try it. And I was astonished at how much amazing content they've got on there, if that's your thing. So is it the best cable cut? It might be. If you cut the cord and you miss your cable content, Discovery Plus is awesome. So let's see. Didn't talk about the YouTube TV email. You know what? I didn't even open the YouTube TV email. I'm just at a certain point. Yeah. Google sent out an email. Yeah, I'm lying. I did open it. I just didn't care. The problem is sorry. The problem with these things is that there's no way to know. It's a he said, she said, whatever. Roku's doing this thing over here, and how dare they? And Roku's like, YouTube TV or Google is bullying us, et cetera, et cetera. And so when it comes to the emails that they send out, the press releases, it's just like, whatever. I don't know. All right. So one more. Let's see. One more. Okay. I just hope HBO Max doesn't put ads in movies. Well, they will. Maybe not the new ones. Somebody else is saying HBO original shows won't have ads, even on the ad tier. But the whole thing about ads is they've got to make money somehow. If you like this content, it has to be paid for somehow. And so, whether it's spending an extra $5 a month to get rid of the ads, or whether it's watching ads a few times throughout the movies, it's going to happen. So, yeah. I mean, there was one interesting thing that Peacock did. When they first came out, I haven't used Peacock much lately, but when they first came out, it was interesting. I went to watch the new Psych movie. And when I started it, they said, all right, we're going to show you, I think it was like 4 minutes of commercials up front. And yeah, it was 240 seconds of commercials. And once you're done with these, you won't have to watch any more commercials through the rest of the movie. And I thought, that's not bad. And really, 4 minutes of commercials, not too bad. That's time for me to go, grab a snack or pop the popcorn, whatever. And so it didn't bother me. That could be a way that these things go. I don't know. All right. So everybody, thank you so much. We're coming up on an hour. I have got to run. But I appreciate you joining in. I love these live streams. I love interacting and taking the questions from you all. So I should be here next week. So stay tuned. Make sure you go to the comments, or not the comments, go to the description, hit the link to the giveaway. It's really easy to enter. You can go get yourself, possibly get yourself an Echo Dot if your name is drawn from the hat. Yeah, make sure that this crew here that I've got on this live stream, I know you enjoy the content that we put out there. So I appreciate your support here on the live stream and ask for it throughout the week as well as we release new videos. Go check them out. And let us know in the comments if you enjoy the videos, if there are other topics you want us to cover, etc. and so on. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. Anyway, so thanks for joining today, everybody, and I will see you next time.